crocodiles. Like I want to stick on that.
Crocodiles.
I was fighting them cocks, bro.
Yeah, fucking
I mean, yeah, that
crocodiles.
too.
I can't believe
Just
this.
ban them penises away.
Fucking over there. Can you imagine like crocodiles with like phallic design? You know, what I mean, they got like teeth and everything, but they're still going like just dicks all over the place in the water and everything. Anyways, we're officially on.
We're officially out of dicks.
Ah, shit. All right. Well,
I fucking hate this show.
well,
You love
you
us,
are
bitch.
such a fucking grumposaurus, a fussy baby today. Jesus.
Who's shooting your Sarah, Alan?
I know,
Both
man.
of you.
Fucking who fucking
That's the
forgot
only
to-
one that's been somewhat like decent.
Yeah, you only like that because she's been quiet. It's like, oh, I love it when women are quiet, not saying shit. This is wonderful. Jed, how you
Literally
doing?
was
Ruin his
talking
fucking-
and we were talking all day, but you can go fuck yourself.
Jed, how you doing?
I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm drinking my water.
Whoa! People, mark this date down. This is the first time Jed's doing some normal shit at the beginning of our fucking show. It's usually stuffing pigs and fucking.
Give it a minute.
Okay.
It's Jet. Don't ever say that because she always has some bullshit like planned.
See, now you're talking shit about her. You were first yelling at me. Oh, God is back. I hate
Oh,
him. He's
shit,
so
it's
fucking
true.
chubby. And then it's like, Nick, I'm sick of him. He's a fucking.
I'm
look at
sick of
his
you,
fucking
Nick.
face.
You're an asshole. I'm always sick of you.
Oh yeah. Now you want to have this happen? You want this to happen now on the show? You want to yell at me and tell me you're sick of me? You don't want to be my friend no more?
No, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Well, too bad. You know, I make
about
this.
I know it's in my
Shut up.
contract, but fuck you.
Yeah, I'm just saying this is literally like I'm the administrator of your decisions. You had to be my fucking friend.
Then somebody's been making some really bad decisions.
That was you.
Yeah, that's you.
But he's the admin of them, so somebody should be fired.
Who got themselves involved in a situation where I'm your admin? You take responsibility. Stop being a millennial. Take
So
responsibility.
why are you
I'm your
my
fucking
admin then? What the fuck is your job?
Because I'm trying to help you. Like for
It's
instance,
clearly not working.
For instance, let me administrate you one more thing. Okay.
What?
Change your shirt. You go with the black shirt, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby. Yeah,
Oh,
look
your
at that
hairy
shit.
nipple.
Woo! Yeah, I saw his nipple too. I didn't want to say
Oh,
anything.
did you? I wasn't sure. I was trying to
I
do that
straight
fast.
saw that, Nick.
I was hoping that you know what? Fuck, I don't care.
No, honestly, wait, what's he gonna do?
Is he about to whip out his Lebanese penis?
Yeah, let me see. The Libaweenus.
Ha ha!
No, actually, your hair looked better before you just did whatever you did. Now you look like a
Oh,
fucking
I'm doing
like
it so I
IT
have to
tech
keep
guy.
it out of my eyes.
Oh,
Plus,
see.
the headset always causes its issues, so it's like I don't really know what the fuck. to do.
Princess Leia in the house.
Look, I was missing Alan for a little bit, but now that I see him like
There we
on
go.
camera, I was like, bro, he pumped my gas when I was in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, you.
Everywhere I
that's
go, Alan's with me.
racist.
Everywhere
That's
I go,
not
Alan's
nice.
just somewhere around the corner.
Anyways, though, other than Alan or Ganja being racist,
You
Guys,
say
tell
so
you.
loving it.
you look better with this red shirt on, dude.
Cool.
Chad,
You know
tell him. Chad, does he look better with the red shirt on? Seriously,
If
like, be
I
honest.
stick with the red shirt, Jet's gonna kill me
Why is that?
because she put a lot of effort into getting that logo done. And she
Oh,
told me
yeah,
if I changed
yeah.
my shirt, she'd kill me.
That's true.
I sure do. And then basically you and Ganja are right next to each other on my screen. So it's already irritating me.
I can go back I could go put the red shirt back on.
You mean the green shirt?
No, put on a different shirt from like your clothes over there, hanging up.
Yeah, no
Come on.
shit. Let's
They're all
do
dress shirts.
Fuck yeah, let's
dress
do it.
Alan, y'all.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Like fucking get sexy with it, dude.
On every woman, they're all in
Too
me.
sexy for my
Come on,
shirt.
Alan.
Too sexy for my shirt. He is sexy.
What
Yeah,
color do we want?
I don't like.
Hey, move that chair. I need to see the full body, goddammit.
Yeah. Let's see that ass, bro.
Yeah,
Pay
yeah.
me.
I'll
do.
pay you. I'll pay you
I
attention.
paid $20 on the last show I was on.
That
in the
wasn't for
chat.
me.
And no, that was for you. That was for you to watch a movie, but instead I said cake. So move that chair.
Dude, Alan. Okay, actually no. Let's have the girl choose. Jet, what should he wear?
You got grays, blacks, a turquoise.
You got blacks.
You got any browns and yellows?
You
You
fucking.
got a finger I can shove up your ass.
Alan has a whole crop of black people.
I would say stick with more darker colors, nothing too like neon or
And yeah, dark colors. Don't say blacks again, sir.
You got the
Fucking
blacks.
color coding, you fucking asshole.
Jesus Christ, man.
I thought I saw Jesse Jackson peeking around the corner.
In fact, now he says I had the best dinner
Jackson, the
tonight.
fucking cowboy?
No, Jesse Jackson, you asshole, the politician.
Who?
I don't even know. Why is he hiding though? Let's see.
You know what? I don't got time to teach you.
I need to put on a show for the people.
Okay, should I put the camera on me and then you show?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm sorry, my bad, man. I should have asked beforehand. But anyways, chat. I'm gonna talk to the chat really quick too. Maurice is saying the return of Ganja Guru. Yes, the return of Ganja
What
Guru.
up?
I'm so glad you're back, sir. I missed you very much.
I'm feeling good, feeling great. My hair's all fucked up because I can't decide if I'm in humidity or dryness. It's great.
Yeah, I know. That's
You
how
need a deep condition.
that too. But then also too, I mean, I think it's just your hair trying to mimic Alan's penis, not knowing whether it's wet or dry.
I'll be honest with you. I thought Jet said for a second I need a deep beating. Like
That too. Hey, Alan,
I know you
don't sit down.
watched I know you
No,
watched
too
the
fucking
South
late.
Park shit earlier.
No, stand back.
I'm
'cause I haven't
not
showed you.
Cartman, Jet.
So really quick.
You literally said you're Cartman.
As a joke.
Anyways, guys, we're ready to show Alan. Back up more, Alan, before I show you. Because you actually look really good here, man. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. There you. Oh, I didn't see the shorts.
I wear shorts on the show. What do you do? Put on some pants. Fine, we're doing this on the show. Fine, fuck y'all. We're doing this on the show then.
You're fucking hilarious.
Look, you know,
Oh God, I'm sorry, I forgot to change the camera.
I hate you, Nick.
Put the pants on first.
That's so fucking funny.
I was wearing shorts. I didn't think that would matter, but sure.
Fucking
You're wearing chonies.
I know, like you wanted to show off his bulge or something. Like, just fucking...
There, you happy?
All right, let's see really quick. All right, back up really quick. That's a nice look. I like that.
There you go.
That looks really
Fuckers,
nice.
all of you.
You creamsicle looking motherfucker.
No, it actually looks pretty good.
That looks good.
Thank you.
That actually looks really good.
Piece of goddamn shit. Except for Jet.
We said the compliments first, you fucking.
You are laughing at me.
like.
Motherfucker, how can you hate candy corn when you own that shit?
I'm not eating it, you fucking crackhead.
Fucking Black Draven, thank you very much. Love it. Love it.
Thank you for the first and last time you'll be watching this show.
Oh man.
Were
Black
you
Draven-
one of the ones in the closet, Draven?
Yeah, no, he's from The Crow. I know where that
Fuckers.
name's from. It's like Eric Draven, but Black Draven. Unless I'm wrong, Black Draven, tell me if I got the reference wrong. But I hope it is a The Crow reference.
Ghetto.
That's fucking hilarious, though, dude. I gotta tell you though, Alan, that could be an interesting stream one of these days. You just trying out different shit and getting it rated on the show.
Actually, I recently I got paid and I recently put on I recently bought a bunch of fucking clothes. I basically doubled my wardrobe.
Yeah, dude, like,
spectacular savings shirt.
Even on fucking like on your own stream, dude. You should probably do that. Just be like, hey guys.
I was thinking about it.
You know, yeah, that'd be cool as fuck. You know, put
And
some.
that's how Instagram influencers start.
Yeah, but Alan's such a metrosexual. You know, don't you say that fucking joke. I will slap the fuck out of you.
I mean, I still don't get what this has to do with trains.
I don't know. I heard you like to run them. I'm
Wait.
sorry.
You should
Wait,
you should do it again.
Wait, no. Come on. Don't do anything with that, Tommy. That's not even funny. It's fucking stupid.
It's fucking hilarious.
It wasn't funny the first time. He made it funny. God damn.
Wow,
You got
so
such
you're
a
saying
hairy
I'm funny?
fucking chest, dude. You got such a hairy. Well, that's kind of a. Is that a compliment though?
I don't know. It's you.
Well-
Sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not.
Well, no, because it's honestly, like, you know what's crazy to me?
What?
Because you're like, oh god, how the fuck do I say this?
I don't know. Probably as poorly as possible. Because for 8 fucking minutes, you've been giving me nothing but shit.
Hey, no, you started yelling at me when we started.
You little bitch.
You started yelling at me. He's yelling at me, Alan.
Who?
You.
See, that's why he can't wear the red shirt. You already confused them.
You're
Who's
talking.
yelling at you, Nick? Let me beat him up for you.
Hey Nick, I just want to inform you. You talking to Alan, just in case you forgot during that conversation.
Wait, did I fuck up somewhere?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
you
you-
literally just
you
said
said
he's yelling
Alan.
at me, Alan.
Yeah.
No, you're Alan.
I mean, I've been told.
Wait, what the fuck is going on?
No, let
literally
me reenact
The
it.
jet. Go ahead.
You and Alan were arguing back and forth, and then you say, "He's yelling at me, Alan," when you meant to say, "He's yelling at me, Ganja."
Oh. I'm stupid.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
this has been established.
Jesus. Well, I don't know. I'm not watching our show. I don't pay attention.
You know you're just hosting it.
Who got games on the phone?
You're just in charge of all of our audio.
Oh, I'm such a fucking idiot.
Oh no, you're not, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
you
appreciate
are.
it. No, I'm not. You see, that's the difference. That's why he's my chuckle brother, because he's literally. And thank you, Lane Mayer 94 for following. And now you get to see on your first experience watching the chat tag, you get to see how I am bullied by Alan. Ganja was like, "You're not stupid, dude." And this is, I'm vulnerable right now. I'm like, dude, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, and Ganja is to build me up while Alan trying to push me down, which is strange
8
because you would have
minutes
to really
laughing at
pull.
me.
Well, I'm sorry, but you're funny. You look funny. I'm sorry.
And sorry.
You're
9
wearing
minutes.
Christmas. You're wearing Christmas colors, and it's fucking March.
We're still going.
It's fucking March, and you're wearing
I mean-
Christmas colors. Like,
Well,
what are you
Jesus was
doing?
born in March, so it evens
Look.
out.
Nick, I got your back, bro. Look,
What?
you can't trust a man that's got Chester Cheetah shirts, okay?
Ooh.
Look, that shirt was dangerously cheesy. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
it
What?
really is.
So sorry, I don't wear the same 3 polo fucking shirts.
I will say,
you
I do
guys
like your shirt. I do like that thing you're wearing, the button-down shirt, because even though it was a Chester Cheetah shirt, I will say you can hide your Cheeto crumbs, like on your shirt like this. So yeah,
Wow.
I-
That shirt look more brown to me. Like if that's a Cheeto, that's a
Nah, this
Cheeto
motherfucker
someone
was-
sucked up.
It's more of a darker orange, but these two motherfuckers, as soon as they see something that's not like blue or black, they'll just immediately think
Nah,
it's
this
food.
motherfucker hanging out the Great Pumpkin and shit with that kind of shirt.
I mean, if it was a Cheeto, someone already sucked all the cheese off of it, and that's what's left over. Because that didn't look dangerously cheesy to me.
That's it's a cheese it then. More orange than yellow.
Let Jeb be the one to like let you dive into the creative mind of how disgusting things are. I never thought about the actual color of Cheeto with the cheese sucked out of it, but my
Nobody,
God,
does that.
I don't know, I'm sure
picture
people do
the
that.
I just
I
picture
mean,
the
children
Cheeto
do it
being
all the
moist.
time.
yeah.
I mean, have you ever been near a child eating a Cheeto?
No,
I
Yeah.
have.
I don't make it a habit
Alan's
to be
not
around
around
children.
children anymore. He's not allowed to be. I'm just joking. That's funny. It was a funny joke.
I'll
It was a funny
fucking
joke.
kill you.
That's,
I will
is that
fucking
not a funny
kill
joke
you.
though?
No, it's not.
If you were somebody I didn't like I wasn't close to, and I told a joke, I think everybody around us would be like, "Oh,
Holy
that's
shit.
get him. That's hilarious."
I'd hate to fucking meet the person you don't like after the last fucking 12 minutes.
Yeah, well, I also would not like to meet the person I don't like. They're assholes. But yeah. Anyways, I was gonna say his name, but I'm not gonna be a dick today. I'm in a good mood. That's why it's like, how are you saying I'm picking on you? I pick on you when I'm like taking out my day on you. I've had a good day. We're cool. You were being mean to me.
You literally been beating me like half this day. I fucking text you, hey, where's the show started? Because I accidentally missed the line.
so-
Oh,
brought
yes,
that up.
yes,
I know you brought that shit up.
yes,
I missed the line. And then he goes out of the
yes.
way to just post that shit in the chat. I'm like, man, fuck you.
I'm so glad you
Done a
brought
lot
that
of
up,
bullshit.
motherfucker. I'm so all right, Alan. He wasn't fucking with you. Yeah, I mean he was fucking with you, but not that bad.
No, not that.
Wow.
No, not even bad at all. I'm gonna zoom in.
All right,
Look, I said
Zoom in
just
on
try and
this.
watch Cuphead for tonight. I had way too much going on. Couldn't get anything done. I spelled it wrong. I'm an idiot. Okay, anything done for the show tonight? Show starting 9:15 p.m. CST. He goes, I can try and bench it for tonight. What time are you starting tonight? Show starting at 9:15 p.m. CST. What time are we starting tonight?
So I want to point out this is the second time today Nick decided to put the private message in front of people.
No,
because
but you.
he's an asshole.
No, but it was just funny. Is it not funny? Like I literally wrote the time.
No, you know what? Between me and you, sure, that's funny. But why the fuck did you feel the need to say it in front of everybody?
But it's not even a big joke. It's like no one's gonna like everyone's gonna be like, oh, that's funny that he saw the time and then he still has the time. Like that's funny. That's a hilarious.
No,
thing.
it's not.
I'll be honest with you, Alan. It wasn't funny to me until you completely ignored it.
Yeah,
I
like
didn't realize it. Then when he said that, I said no, because I was literally in the middle of shit. And I go back and check, and he goes, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "What are you sorry for?" And then I check chat. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me, bro?" Oh, sorry, I missed a line.
Well, no, but is that not hilarious? Like, honestly, dude, like, because you make fun of me on the show every fucking week about Nick can't read. I literally it's not a reading thing. It's math. It's a number. It's 9:15. 9:15.
I missed
and you
a line there, and you felt the need to expose it to everybody, like constantly.
Oh shit, we had that. I had that moment happen between me and Rufus on my podcast recently. We were playing the show, and he was like, "Yeah, man, just like 9 to 6." I was like, "All right, cool." So like 12 CST? No, man, 9 to 6. So are you telling me you're not available 9 to 6? Okay. You might want to just add a little extra word into that because I took it as you're available between 9 and 6.
I feel like of all things that you've told me, me saying, "Oh, he missed a line," is funny that he answered that with the answer right there. Like That's so tame. It's like so fucking G-rated, not even PG.
Oh.
So the fact that you're mad, I'm like, okay, I don't know what to say then, because
I
like,
think it has nothing to do with you making fun of me for the line. Is you exposing me twice? That kind of really like fucking pissed me off a little bit.
well, I am sorry, because I said sorry right away too. Well, all right, well, I guess I can't apologize. Like I don't know what to fucking say. But it was just like you do realize that like for years now, you've made fun of me for not being able to read when my screen is like this big, and the fucking chat's like right like just this tiny
On
little
the
bit.
show. As
That's
we
there's
fucking
more
talk
people
shit
watching
back
on the
and
show.
forth.
There's more people watching on the show.
Yeah, but that's the fucking gimmick. That's the bit we have. We fuck with each other on the show.
No, that's not.
That was
That's not a
little,
gimmick.
like,
You're saying I can't
excessive
read.
in the chat.
Am I crazy? Like,
Yes,
what the fuck is
I-
going
You
on?
are.
I'm so glad to be back. I missed this so goddamn much.
Like I'm really, because like I've done this with Jet recently too, where it's like I guess like I'm an asshole or something. Like I read the
guess?
room wrong or whatever. Well, I mean I know I'm an asshole, but like it's been ways where I'm just like I guess I read the room wrong because I thought this was something else, blah blah blah, and maybe whatever. But like I'm really like I'm fucking shocked. Like I really am. I understand showing private message without permission is kind of awkward. I guess you're right. But meanwhile, I wish you had the same energy about Julie and everybody there, Ryan. Like. Where's that same fucking? That's what I always say when people have like a thing with certain people that are assholes, and then they have like a moral code. I'm like, well, fuck, I like how moral codes take days off. That's interesting. But for me, it's just kind of like that's the thing that you make those mistakes like in public too, like on Facebook. You'll make a typo mistake, and then like I'll write in a comment like you actually meant this, or like I'll make a screenshot like it's hilarious.
But again, Nick, public. It's a public thing.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I didn't you do that before too? Like, didn't you show like a private message like, hey, show? And I literally showed it. I was like, oh, that's funny. It's a screenshot of me, and like I'm cool with it because it's just.
If I did, I personally apologize, but I don't remember doing that.
Because you even took pictures. It's like a thing that you did for like 3
Yeah,
years.
and you
straight.
got like understandably mad at me, and we had that discussion.
Yeah, but it's just like, I had to have that talk with you like 4 times. Like,
and again,
you kept doing it.
that we had a discussion about that. Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's just honestly, I would have not brought it up right now. Well, you actually brought it up right now.
Yeah, because we give me shit this entire show. I'm sick of your bullshit.
They're like, who wants to do ice or Jess? Like, who wants to do icebreaker questions? You can. We can move on or whatever. I read this wrong completely. Yeah, fucking. Because I would have just been like, oh, okay, whatever. Anyways, Cuphead. What's up about Cuphead?
Did you actually watch it or did you not?
Yeah. No, I watched it yesterday. I was gonna review it yesterday, but the thing is, though, is that the show was going on a little long, and I was surprised that Double Toasta started seemingly on time. But here's the biggest thing about Cuphead, though, is like I really did not want to watch this. But Ryan asked me in the chat once, which I appreciate the Ryan. I know I gave you shit earlier, but I do appreciate you supporting and kind of like giving us things to bounce off of and things like that too. And he was like, when are you gonna review that? And I was like, well, let's see. And then one of our buddies, Anthony, the old co-host of the Chat Attack, whatchamacallit, he was like, Nick, don't watch it. Don't watch it. And for me, I've disagreed so much with him on Cuphead shit in general, like the video game and everything, and the design and blah, 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 that I was like, I can almost guarantee I'm going to like this. Just because he said that. But I wasn't going to, like, force myself to like it just because, to be contrary to what he says. But it's like, that's just kind of weird that, like, he thought this sucked. And either it gives me a chance to talk shit about this because I do hate Cuphead. I think Cuphead fucking sucks and they're taking advantage of people. But, it's like maybe he didn't like it because it was built up too much. Because everybody, motherfucker.
Everybody hates Nick.
Yeah. But tell me what you thought about Cuphead. I'll be right back, man.
Okay, start off simply. It fucking sucked.
Really?
I decided to check it out because look, I don't give a fuck about League of Legends. Arcane is fucking amazing. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe Netflix is actually going to be able to do some stuff. They did Castlevania pretty fucking good. Arcane was fucking amazing. Sure, they had a bunch of flops in between, but you know what? Fuck it. Hey, video game adaptations are big now. Let me just watch Cuphead mostly because Nick told me to. But then it's just like, the theme song is great. That theme song was catchy as hell. I really enjoyed that. But then the show just immediately, for some fucking reason, they're like Southern or Boston or some sort of accent I couldn't quite place. And that's the end of their personality. They're just a bunch of crackheads and they're doing crackhead shit. It's basically the best way to sum up is the ongoing adventures of me and Ganja, because that first couple episodes is stupid shit we fucking get up to. But the rest of the show, there's no development of any characters. There's no real sense of plot. There's no real sense of progression. The animation is good, so I'll give it that. They clearly put the money into it to make this not necessarily look like the video games, but just look like this is an old Looney Tunes sketch. But besides that, I didn't give a fuck from point A to point B. Every episode was so disconnected, and it's like that's what they were going for. But I'm like, this in no way. Like, let's say I've never played the game, which I've never played the games. I didn't really gain anything from this. Let's say I did play the game. I'm like, oh, I guess I could recognize a couple characters, but it's not like they did anything with them. So I just got to the end of it. I'm like, it's the only thing I'll give it is short, so it's not gonna take too much of your time. But I really stopped giving a fuck, like, because the first episode, oh, okay, cool, the devil world, that's gonna be an ongoing thing. Just forget about it for 6 fucking episodes as they go through some of the most like stupid fucking bullshit I've ever seen. And then when they do bring it up, it's just in this pointless meandering. Like it really felt like as for anyone that's ever watched Disenchantment, where there's like 1 episode plot, then a fuck ton of filler, and then they bring another episode plot in, and it's like the filler's not that interesting, and the plot's not that good.
Yeah. I mean, well, really quick, I'm just kind of throwing out something about the chat. Chat says she had a bowl of gonorrhea peppers and a
What?
shamrock shake. What the fuck did you talk? What
That's
is going
Jet.
on?
Oh, I didn't even fucking like read the chat. That's Jet. Yeah, I had a bowl of. I read that. I keep reading that as gonorrhea.
Yeah, but like giardineria, but
I don't know.
I just say jardiniere. It's basically the peppers you put on Italian beef.
You made a
Or,
bowl of peppers
salmon.
in a milkshake.
Yeah.
and she
high?
still has the amazing figure that she has. It's fucking insane and unfair.
Are you high?
No,
No.
never high.
Are you sure?
Oh, my time of the month.
Okay, there we go. That makes sense.
Yeah, and I love that because like with all men, it's like they.
We're not allowed
fucking
to
with-
say that, but we can agree. That's
Yeah.
the rules.
Yeah, but then it's also like that's will stop that fucking thing. It's like I got some more questions and I can make fun of you, but it's like I got time of the month.
Exactly.
This ran
Every
over my
question
fucking
gets
foot.
answered. She can just start stabbing a motherfucker right now. It's like, yeah, whatever. What are you gonna do?
Time of the month. It's like oh fuck.
Exactly.
She's
at the court defense.
But what you call it? Yeah, the misadventures of Alan Ganja. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say it's something like that. But like, I will say that for me, one of the things I really liked about the show, because you're saying that like they bring up the devil and then they don't do it again. Well, they do it again on the 4th episode, then they do it again on the 8th episode, and then by the 10th episode, it's like a constant thing until the finale, and then it's like completely gone. I'm like, well, what the fuck did you guys do? Like, why'd you even bring him up then? You know what I mean? It's like weird.
Because he was in the games. That's about it.
Yeah, but every character that's in every single episode, it's much like the Spectacular Spider-Man. So I'm glad. The reason why I was really pushing to do those both yesterday, and I didn't know Spider-Man was going to take so long, but it was fine. I think it was worth it because the fucking show's so great. But the reason why I wanted to bring those things up is because I feel like these two are very, very similar to each other. Where it's like, they keep showing a new character constantly with Spectacular Spider-Man about showing like people of the Sinister Six or whatever the fuck, the Rogues Gallery. And with this, it keeps showing characters from Cuphead. The only problem is that this show there's so much chemistry between Bugman and Cuphead that I can essentially just enjoy the show with just those two doing their thing and never see all these other characters because, like you said, they don't really mean anything. You don't get anything out of this if you're a fan of the games. To the point where, like, even those frogs, they're just a couple assholes that, like, financially fuck with Cuphead for a minute. But, like, they're not a big deal. And in the game, they're a huge deal. Like, they're one of the hardest first bosses you fight in that first world or whatever that you play in. So I'm like, wow, he gave them no respect, and you guys make the shit. So like, why don't you guys give this a lot more, just a lot more stuff to coincide with the game and make people enjoy? Like, have Cuphead be in a situation where he has to bounce between the two or jump over one, or we didn't even get to see that item that they have.
There's no real action in this, and that's fine. And I wasn't sitting there like, I mean, I thought there would be, but after the first episode, okay, it's just gonna be, go adventures, but. Like when you have an adaptation like this, like for instance, Arcane has action, but it's not League of Legends, it's not top-down viewing. Like it's doing its own stuff, and in between action scenes, it's telling the story for the main characters, side characters, and villains. I learned honestly, you can watch one episode of the show and gain everything you need to know from these two main characters. That Cuphead is a fucking crazy dumbass who has the mind of a 5-year-old, and his brother is a bit more reasonable, but. Yeah, but his brother's a bit more reasonable, but he also follows along with all of his brother's dumb shit. And it's like that's it. That's the whole show.
Alan.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the me and Ganja special.
Yeah. But no, man. But another thing I like about too is I think that they do certain episodes, like there's like a little bit of body horror in some of these too. Like there's a part where they break the back of their heads and the cup thing comes out, and I was like, wow, it's kind of funny. But then it gets like a little bit disturbing. There's even this.
Oh, they're showing their cup meat.
Well, no, but like they react like they are showing her cub meat, and it's like cub meat. What cup?
Don't acknowledge it.
No, I like the idea of cup meat. That sounds fucking disturbing. But they have that going on. Then there's like another episode too, where talk about like how they want to have a longer cup holder, which essentially is they're going through puberty. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, there's probably a kid who's gonna watch this who doesn't know about Cuphead the game either, because I mean, it came out in 2017 and they have done nothing with that game since. So who gives a fuck about Cuphead? Only, I mean, this is for a very small amount of these fucking nerds that like indie games. I don't think that Cuphead is massive. No offense to anybody.
It's big enough, but I get what you mean. It's been so long without a sequel. I think they have a DLC. Either it's coming out or came out, whatever. But even at the end of the day, it's like, look, no one gives a who here gives a fuck about League of Legends at all, in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, I kind of do, and I cared about Dota 2 or whatever, and
I mean,
they
I
did
guess
that show.
Dota because it's similar, but like, no one sits there and goes, "Oh man, I really play League all the time." Like most people don't fucking give a shit about League. Like 60%
Like
of the people that
biggest,
probably
the biggest esports game in the fucking.
I said what I fucking said. Most people that talk about that game fucking can't stand it because it's the most toxic community in gaming history. Oh no, trust me, bro. Like that second part of what I said is a fact. It's the most toxic place in fucking history. Most people, if they
Ubisoft was like hiding like sexual assaults and shit.
Well, yeah, but so was Activision.
Yeah, but trust me,
too,
that's compared to
Call of Duty.
Riot, Activision at this point.
God damn it, Nick! I'm trying to insult this boy.
No, I know.
And
Well, I want to play that game today.
And again, you're failing that. But again, at the end of it, it's like when people watch an adaptation, it's not directly like, oh, we have to get the fan base. It's most of the time you're trying to get people that have never heard of it or not fans of it because you want to enlarge in your audience. So the reason why Arcane is working really well is because it's well done, but it's also a Netflix show. So people only hear the bad shit or never played it. Like, what the fuck is this animated thing? Okay, cool, I can watch it. And if you don't know anything about it, you get everything you need there. With this, it's like, I don't know who's really supposed to be important or not because everybody has the same amount of screen real estate. I'm assuming the devil's important because he shows up more than once, but everyone else has the same amount of screen real estate in every episode that it's like the fucking random bug that they use as a shotgun is just as important as the fucking, dude in the next episode. It's like, I gain absolutely nothing. I know Ryan in the chat saying it's supposed to harken back to the 30s and 40s, but like, I get you're doing that with your art style and your episodic nature, but the episodes themselves feel like it's like they're trying to fit a template versus being a show. Like, no, we have to do every single thing that has ever happened in these types of fucking shows, but it all feels empty. It's like you're eating a flavorless wafer cookie. It's like, sure, it's there, and it reminds you of old wafers, but there's nothing there. You're not enjoying it.
Well, what would you rate this? Because what I'm going to say might start an argument, and I don't really want to argue about it. So, like, I want you to say everything that's on your mind about this, and then also rate it, and then I'll give my rating, and I'll try not to make it any, we won't go back and forth.
2 out of 5?
2 out of 5?
Because it's not offensive, and the art style is good, and it's short, and the theme song is good, so there's at least good elements to it. So I can't sit there and hate it, but to say that I'm going to remember this, like, past tomorrow? Fuck no, I'm not watching season 2.
Yeah, which by the way is coming out soon, like literally by the summer, which means they just had a bunch of episodes still ready, and then
Really?
Yeah,
It's coming out this year?
like literally in a few months, and it just came out right now. So like, I'm telling you, they're just gonna re-release, or not re-release, they're going to release what they already made, but they just had shit like made ahead of time in case it got enabled for season 2. So what we're gonna see, because that finale that we got for season 1 does not feel like finale at all. Like you can tell,
It's
like
a mid-season type thing.
yeah, I was like, oh, so this is gonna be 24 episodes. It's like, no, that's season 1. I'm like, that's fucking terrible. Like, really?
They should have just called it part 1 because that would have worked a little better.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that was just odd for me. But no, but like for me, I'm completely opposite of Alan here, where it's like, I'm not saying that he's wrong about lots of things, because like, when it comes to like what you said about these things and how they're structured and what they're trying to do, you're absolutely right. But I had to go into this being like, okay, well, what they were trying to do was literally just copy what 30s and 40s did, except have modern violence and modern, like, who gives a fuck. I mean, to the point where, like, they stole a lot of things from Family Guy, where it feels like, those flashaways or whatever. Jet brings this up a lot, too. But it's like those cutaway jokes. They have a ton of those here. And I felt like it was done good here because it's bringing something funny from Family Guy. The only thing they do well that actually gets a laugh out of me. They put it into this, and then it's so chaotic where it's like, I like Looney Tunes, but some of the no stakes, ha shit doesn't work with me because I'm like, oh, like, they couldn't do this back then, whatever. This one, I mean, they're breaking out pieces of their limbs, guys. I mean, there's an episode where they kill an old man. And then it doesn't make sense because the next episode he's back. So I was like, okay, that's dumb. But it's so just comfortable in its episodic nature where it's like everything doesn't move to the next episode except for one thing, which is the devil. And all the stuff that happens chronologically, and those carried to episode to episode to episode. And the reason why I like that is because now they're entertaining two audiences. They're entertaining the audience who wants a snack bite of an episode to be like, oh, this has nothing to do with the story. all I gotta do is watch this episode and I'm not confused. And then there's some people like, well, I wish the stories would matter, and you get that with the devil. So it's like, it's really hard to entertain two audiences, and there's a lot of things that I don't like about it, but at the same time, like, what they did here was amazing. And I would honestly, like, when I have kids, I might show them Cuphead, and we won't fuck with the 30s and 40s shit because, I mean, it's so old. And at a certain point, I mean, me and you, Alan, will appreciate old shit because it's not as old to us because we kind of grew up with it a little bit. But there's going to be a generation that's born in the future that they're going to be like, ooh, like, don't show me 60s Scooby-Doo. Fuck that. Don't show me Bugs Bunny.
Scooby-Doo is trash.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
I said what I said.
I love Scooby-Doo. But at a certain point, it's like, people are not going to, it's going to be too old at a certain point. Especially that song.
There's always going to be people that won't go back to anything prior to where they're born, but there's always going to be a place. That's why the fucking Cuphead became popular, because as much as nobody fucking remembers anything from the 50s, the aesthetic was a selling point, and people enjoy that aesthetic, even if they don't have anything particular. It ends up working. That's like, I get that. I don't necessarily even disagree with anything you said. It's just, I didn't give a fuck about Cuphead before, and I still really don't give a fuck about it now. This didn't really change my mind. The Castlevania fucking show made me want to play Castlevania. I've never fucking, except for Lords of Shadow 1, I've never touched a Castlevania game. Now I kind of want to play a Castlevania game. I mean, I'm never going to fucking play League ever again, because the first time I fucking played, it was one of the worst experiences of my life. But that show was like, holy shit, I really wish they made a game with these characters that wasn't a piece of dog shit.
Yeah, but, you know, Soraya in the chat says 7 out of 10. You know, they like that there wasn't as much dialogue, just like with Tom and Jerry, which is like, that's a big thing. Like, Tom and Jerry has literally almost no story, except for the story that means something to just that episode. And I love that because it's so snack bite. It's just like, I'm in the mood for Tom and Jerry. Boom, sit there. And it's like playing a team deathmatch in Call of Duty where it's like, okay, done, boom. But you're not going to
but it's weird.
It's good later on.
Because people are comparing that to Looney Tunes and fucking Tom and Jerry. I honestly, I didn't find the main characters charming. Like, at least Tom and Jerry, they're charming, cool, you know. It's a rivalry, they're fun, hijinks, you know. You watch Looney Tunes, there's always a lot of characters on screen, so they're always charming. With these guys, I just thought they were annoying. Like, I didn't give a really, that's like the first episode, which is the only episode I could say I enjoyed. Everything else just felt like this is just meandering. Like, we don't actually have personalities, so we're just gonna be loud.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that way about Animaniacs and all the other cartoons, but like for this, I didn't feel that, but I get you. But for me, yeah, I'm gonna rate this 3.5 out of 5. So I guess I'm still in the threes, haha. But
Captain Matinee.
Yeah, but no, I really, I like this for what it attempted to do. You know, and I will show, like, if I have kids and blah blah, I'll show them this. For me though, I'm not really looking forward to season 2. I'll watch it for the show, but that's the only reason why. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait for fucking.
You'll forget about it before you have kids.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, this is a forgettable show. As far as season 2, I guess, unless y'all specifically ask for it, I mean, we're not gonna go out of our way to watch it.
Yeah, well, he probably won't, but I will, just because I want to see it. Like, if I'm full of shit, you know, because like if I don't like this season 2, and I'm gonna imagine that it feels very much like season 1 because it's already done. If I don't like season 2, maybe I was just in a good mood today, and I just, you know, I'm blowing my ass off. You know, who knows? We'll see. We'll see if I'm consistent with that shit. But moving on. Normally we'd be ending the show right about now because Corey has already started. Blah blah blah. But you know, Batman. I'm gonna be watching this tomorrow. Alan's gonna be watching this on Friday.
Fuck yeah. Well, as you know, I will be watching it tomorrow. It's just I won't be able to review it with you tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. But no. So the thing is, though, we had this big argument. Now I don't want to have a huge fight about it. But I want to give you the opportunity to kind of explain somewhat of, like, why do you feel Batman and Iron Man are so different. Now, I'm going to get God's opinion on a lot of this, too, because I do know that he likes his funny books, too. Fucking nerd. But,
sometimes it should be done.
I mean, yeah. Anyone that sits there and says comic books have never been stupid doesn't read enough comics. I've never been stupid. That's what I'm saying. They can be really stupid at sometimes.
But yeah, but like the biggest thing that we had, and I want to see what the chat would say too. But yeah, the big discussion here is, you know, why do these two are not familiar or not similar to each other? Because I feel very much that they are very similar. But I'm gonna let Alan kind of take this at first and then go to Ganja. Why do you feel like they're not similar, man?
I'm trying to figure out how many points I want to make, but it's weird because I don't want to sit there and be like a laundry list of 15 points and Nick can't get every single one. I'm just going to go right down to, I'm going to start out with origin, and then underneath the suit, and then within the suit. Yeah, there we go. That's 3 main points. Origin, underneath the suit, within the suit. Their origins couldn't be more different. Like, Iron Man is a full-fledged adult before he becomes who he's supposed to be. Like, he's a full-fledged, I am doing my thing, I'm selling weapons, I'm a ladies' man, I'm doing all this, you know, whatever the fuck. He's an asshole who gets extremely fucking humbled by the Middle East, like a lot of Americans do. And then it becomes Iron Man. It becomes, starts to grow. He still has his cockiness, but becomes a better person. Batman becomes who he's supposed to be at the age of 5 to 8, depending on what the writers want to do. That 5 to 8 range is when he no longer is normal and he starts to become the Knight. As much as I hate Gotham, the only good thing they did about that is seeing that this kid is like the trauma of his parents being killed turned him into, you start to see little aspects of he doesn't really register pain as like we do, just because he's been through so much he doesn't give a shit about the pain anymore. You start seeing him act out like he becomes the Knight at a young age. So by the time he's 20 or something, before he even puts a suit on, he's already kind of Batman. He then starts to become Batman. Second point, the suits. Iron Man built, like, outside the suit, Iron Man's just a dude. He is just a businessman in a fucking, like, office thing. He does, like, he barely fucking, he only, like, does the athleticness just to fucking keep his waist down because he fucking drinking and partying all night long. But he, maybe cardio is the only thing he does, but he's an average dude. Batman, before he even puts a suit on, is trained in several different art forms. Let's get the intelligence out of the way because they're both incredibly intelligent. Without the suit, he is a trained warrior, from ninja to modern arts to basically just about everything. So there's been multiple times in live action they don't show it as much, but in the comic books he is going ham on just dudes just again in a suit. He uses the suit, which is the third point, to amplify his skills already and to protect them, allow them to blend in. So his suit is a tool, whereas Iron Man's a suit. So inside the suit, he's doing all this cool shit. He's unstoppable. The fight between them, Iron Man would probably win. But outside of that, Iron Man's getting this fucking ass whooped.
Yeah. Now the only reason I was trying to interrupt or whatever, because like it'll be a lot of because I'm not gonna remember everything. Like if you say all three and then whatever. So I'm gonna focus on the first thing for a second. Then you might repeat some from the second thing.
That's
but
fine.
like as far as origin, I feel like they're very very similar. There is things that are not similar. I'm not saying that they're 100% the same character, but like Tony Stark, he literally just like Bruce Wayne. His parents died, or at least his dad died, and he got, inheritance and inherited Stark Industries or whatever, and that's where most of his money comes from is, a dying, the death of a parent.
Sure.
Bruce Wayne, same thing, to the point where like Thomas Wayne probably has a lot more story as far as like, the money goes, which the money is, about 50% of why Bruce Wayne can do all the things he can with the bat suit and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, like obviously, the way they become their superhero agendas or whatever is very, very different. Tony Stark does that as an adult. Bruce Wayne does that as soon as his parents dies. So I know things are a little bit different there. But I mean, it gets to a point where like Tony Stark has a butler, which is Pepper Potts. Bruce Wayne has a butler. The butler. What's his name?
Alfred.
Yeah, Alfred. You know what I mean? And then they're the ladies' man thing. Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie and in the comics. He's banging all these girls constantly just to kind of, ignore all the pain he's going through. Whereas same thing with Bruce Wayne, like he'll be fucking one chick or whatever, then he goes to the next room and looks at a picture of his parents being sad. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You let me talk, so keep going.
Yeah. But no, and then it comes down to where it's like once again like Tony Stark and when he gets into relationships, and this is not necessarily origin, but it's origin of how like this storyline gets bigger and bigger. But, like an origin of what he becomes later with his girlfriend. Tony Stark ends up being saying, hey, Alan, they've already decided this in Death Battle. Oh, no, we're not talking about like.
Well, yeah. As far as who wins in a fight, that's different. We're talking about like the similarities and differences as far as their character. Yeah, I saw that. That's some bullshit because it always is. Those two, don't get me started on Death Battle. Fucking bullshit.
I don't know. That's people.
So what happened?
Iron Man beat.
I'm pretty sure Iron Man won, which I said would happen. That's not my problem. I already said Iron Man would whip Batman's ass just because Batman doesn't really fight like that. But my issue is they always pull the most obscure shit you've never fucking heard of because it's some ass crack comic book that someone shat out of some random fucking issue. Like, well, because of that, he won. Like, I'll never forget them after fucking.
Well, when he win it, like, when Iron Man win anyway, since Batman won't kill.
Yeah.
In the death battles, they negate all character-specific rules because it's essentially a fan.
Wait, what the fuck is the point in Death Battle?
Well, no, the whole point of Death Battle is they just get the characters at their prime, but they negate any specific rules the characters have against killing. So they're just pitting, fighters against fighters.
Hmm.
But they go into like a lot of like detail as far as like their power sets and what they've been through. They literally take everything that's ever happened in a character's life, like the stupidest bullshit you've ever fucking heard of, just shit that nobody's like the writers are probably what the fuck were we thinking, and somehow break it down to math. But at the end, it's a fan fiction battle. So it doesn't really matter who wins or
Because
loses.
me, I don't know anything about their histories, and I would still say Iron Man would win. I mean, and just
Yeah.
in the simple process of like, I got a cape. I'm in the dark. And he's like, yeah, I have a thing that sees in the dark. I mean, just my thermal shit, the easiest part of my suit could fucking.
I mean, I don't know.
navigate
Arnold took
bullshit.
out a Predator, so I don't know, man.
Yeah. But it's just it's crazy. But either way though. As far as like these characters and origins of like how they expand like their whole fucking like team or whatever they do. Pepper Potts, like, that's a big thing where villains start using her against Iron Man just like people use Rachel against Batman. Joker killed fucking Rachel. You know what I mean? Like, that was a big thing. And then origin of just Gotham versus origin of whatever Tony's from, whatever, because he's in a few places because of the Stark Industries thing and then, like, the Avengers Tower and blah, blah, blah. But, like, origin of where they live, too, is kind of similar where it's like, hey, Batman, you gotta stop going around fucking people up or whatever. And then, Batman doesn't like that Superman destroyed buildings in Gotham, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with Captain America and Iron Man. That was a whole thing. These stories, they're not exactly the same, but 75%, dude. They're like...
Not really, because Iron Man, again, Iron Man's parents' death at a young... Actually, Iron Man wasn't even a young age. He was like 20-ish, because you see him in Civil War where he's like in college or whatever, or at least he's like dropped out of college because dad said, oh, you dropped out of whatever the fuck. He's already an adult, so he had a childhood. Batman never had a fucking childhood. Iron Man doesn't fuck to get away from the pain. He just fucks because he's a ladies man. He's like, fuck, I don't give a shit about life. I'm just gonna drink and party and do whatever the fuck I want because I'm the king of the world. No one can stop me. Batman, anytime, except for when he actually tries to form a relationship, anytime he has women on his arm or is drinking, it is just a facade. You see that in Batman Begins, where he pretends to be drunk because everyone just thinks he's a playboy, or when he grabs a drink, in the Dark Knight, when he grabs a drink, he just tosses it out because it's like whatever. Like for the most part, Batman does, until you get old man Batman doesn't drink or fuck or do any drugs. He keeps himself like in his prime because he knows that, hey, when it gets to nighttime, I got to go kick some fucking ass. But again, even when it comes to the whole Butler situation, because technically Jarvis is, we're not gonna go with that. We'll just kind of the movies. It's wild as fuck how often they change Iron Man stuff. But even if you go like the Helper, like what you call it, Pepper doesn't actually find out till much later, till he's already Iron Man, and she walks in on him doing his stuff. Alfred helps him become Batman immediately. He comes home and goes, "I'm being Batman." He goes, "Okay, dope. We got you a cape. We got you this. We got you that. We got you all your shit. By the way, I'm going to keep an eye on you, make sure you don't get yourself killed. But we're in this. We're more of a team." Whereas, especially in the movies with Pepper Potts, she just kind of just becomes the person he just shoves all of his extra bullshit he doesn't want to do it. It's not really a partnership. Even when they get married, it's kind of just like he uses her more than anything else. Whereas like the Alfred relationship,
more of a partnership than Batman, because like in Iron Man, like at least she gets a suit and shit. And then like as far as partnerships go in general too, there's another origin thing I meant to bring up. But Batman and Robin, and then Iron Man and War Machine.
That's a very, again, they have a partner, someone that they rely on. But even the movie, when it comes to Rhodey just kind of comes in and his friend and goes, "Yo, what the fuck?" And then just basically says, "You know what? I'm taking the suit to keep you safe." Robin was someone that Batman saved, because the first Robin, Dick Grayson, his family was just circus people. They fucking died super hard, and Batman's like, "Fuck, I've been there. You're not gonna become like me. Hey, come fucking live in a mansion. You get fucking food. You'll at least get some version of a father figure. By the way, I'll help you also become the Boy Wonder, so that you can at least channel a lot of this aggression," because he had to learn that the hard way. It wasn't until he's in his 20s that he could learn to channel his aggression. So he trains his sidekick, whereas Rhodey's already trained by the military. He's already has all of his know-how. He already went through his own character arc that we barely ever get to see any of that on screen. We don't know anything about Rhodey prior to him being Iron Man's friend. Whereas Robin, it's like, yeah, we know his origin from the very get-go.
So, I mean, obviously we'll move on to the next topic of this and everything,
Sure.
but like, because I don't know what we're trying to do here. Like, because I was gonna like ask the chat what they think, but I don't want to like whatever. And then like another thing is like I would ask Ganja what he thinks, and then like oh well, more people agree with this part versus that part. But then also I don't want to like disrespect you. Asking that, like, would you be down if I ask Ganja or Jet what they think, and then like see where they feel? Okay, so Jet, I'm gonna ask you. As far as like our arguments about if they're similar or not so similar, where would you have to lean on as far as like, do you think one's similar or not?
None of these motherfuckers are real. I don't give a shit.
Well, I know. I don't give a shit either. But like, okay. Well, I mean, but yeah, I mean, do you lean on one or like I don't know.
No, I do not, because I don't like either one of them.
Okay.
I'm literally the worst person to ask. This is a ganja question.
Gandra, are you
But
there?
thank you for asking me first. I appreciate it.
Gandra, you there?
I think he's the bathroom.
Oh
so-
yeah, he said he was gonna take a massive dunkaroo.
Yeah. Well, the next thing, I guess. The suits. I mean, look at this. Look at this picture. I mean, do I have to
Yeah.
say anything?
Yes, you do actually, because
Who has the
how'd you
bigger
call it?
titties?
I guess Batman in this image.
Yeah. I mean,
But again, oh sorry, go ahead.
well, you go ahead, because I'm like.
When it comes to the suits, Iron Man, hell, even in Iron Man 3, he technically doesn't even need to be in the suit for it to fucking work. But like, his suit is it is a robot suit, whereas Batman's wearing power armor right now. And by the way, that outfit isn't normal Batman attire. Hell, even in the Batman v Superman, his normal cowl that at the start of the movie and at the very end when he's dealing with Doomsday, that's traditional Batman attire. That suit is specifically designed for dealing with Superman, though it still gets fucking destroyed like during that fight. That isn't the normal Batman suit. Hell, if we want to do the canon rules, which I'm not going to because that's just a fucking dark can of worms, that's not even a canon outfit because it was in a different universe, but that's a different fucking discussion. His suit is a tool, whereas Iron Man, that's the hero. That's everything in there. That's why the people were having so many issues with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's always had powers and always had shit going on, but the suit accounted for so much of it that it felt like they're being just like Iron Man, because Iron Man isn't like underneath the suit. He has nothing going on for him.
Which Batman are we talking about, and which Iron Man are we talking about, so I can pull the right shit?
I mean, honestly, I went to the first one with the Batman Superman. We can easily go to the Tim Burton or the Dark Knight or anyone before.
All right.
It's a very different. They're very, very different outfits.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll do that. Let me see. And then which Iron Man suit?
I mean, honestly, as far as we can stick with the movies for the majority of it, because I'm familiar with some of the comic ones, mostly the origin costumes.
Okay. So if I pulled the one from Infinity Warfare, would that be too much?
Sure. Yeah, I remember that one fairly well.
All right. But yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because you don't think that that's similar either.
No, like I said, I think they're fundamentally different suits. To the extent where it's like that, like again, Batman v Superman, it was specifically designed for Superman. That one right there from the Dark Knight Rises is that one. It's just basically fancy body armor. Even the Bat utility belt he doesn't really use in the Nolan trilogy at fucking all. Except, I mean, I don't really think he uses it's just there for iconicness, but it doesn't really use it. He uses the back grapple in the first, second, and I think the third one a bit. But that suit right there is like mostly leather and Kevlar body armor. It is, and they designed it, especially in the Dark Knight, to make his movements a lot more. But it's not the robotic, basically the robotic nanotech that Tony Stark has. That it's a functional, like every part of that suit is a computer. He's wearing Tony Stark is wearing a computer. That's why in Civil War, when Ant-Man goes in, there's an internal AI. There's no AI in the Batman suit. The closest you'd ever get to robotics would be the eyes they had in the Dark Knight.
Yeah, is that not electronic?
That is the only thing in that entire suit that's electronic, and that was only for one scene.
Wait, then,
and was
people
destroyed
try to grab
afterwards.
his thing and goes bzzz, and it shocks him off in the Dark Knight.
Yeah,
trilogy?
that's a specific fucking security system, but that's just a fucking electric charge going through it. It's not the same thing as a AI suit that has fucking like it's its own internal fire extinguish system.
All right. I mean, I know there's a difference, but I'm just like, you can't give a 10% similarity there.
No, not at all.
No.
If you want someone in the fucking the DCU that's similar, you go with the fucking Cyborg, because that's basically like Tony Stark on crack.
All right. But like I said, like I'm just saying, like, is there any similarities at all? Like you're saying 0, like 0.0, like 0.
No, hell, even the cowl. Look at the cowl, for fuck's sake. Like, Iron Man doesn't show his mouth. He just removes the fucking helmet. Where Batman just fucking has his shit going on.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Bruce Wayne then now.
Sure.
And Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark. So, once again, I'm gonna let you go do your thing, man. How are they completely unsimilar? 0% or whatever.
Well, because at the end of the day, if you take it for face value,
and which Bruce Wayne, by the way?
I'm gonna not. Okay. It's gonna be
because what I've done before we were doing
George
this,
Clooney from Batman. What's it called? Batman and Robin.
no, because what
Oh,
I was gonna
God.
do is essentially like combine all of them into like, okay, like all the Bruce Waynes and like just who they are generally as a character combine all the similarities of all the Bruce Waynes versus all the similarities of Tony Stark's. But if we're going by movies, it's like I'm gonna be honest. There's just no way that we'll be able to, like.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm doing a mix. I'm trying to combine. Like I'm doing what you just said, combining, but I'm also pulling specifics where necessary because it's
where
like
they fit your argument.
Well, yeah, that's how an argument works. You're doing the same thing.
No, I'm not. I was trying to do it in a fair way.
Like you do these, there's different interpretations. Like the benefit of fucking Iron Man in the MCU is you only have to worry about one, character. Whereas with Batman, there's been like just as many. Well, okay, there's been more solo movies, obviously, but like if you take it for just appearances, there've been a lot of appearances that all have different aspects to them. But again, they have a similar core. If we're talking about Bruce Wayne versus Iron Man, that's the only Bruce Wayne versus Tony Stark. That's the only time where they cross over. If you look at it from a surface value, the way Bruce Wayne acts when he's at a party is the exact same way that Iron Man acts. But if you look at it underneath, Iron Man likes to party. Iron Man likes to drink. Sure, he reduced it a lot as he became a superhero. Batman doesn't. Bruce Wayne doesn't actually like to do that shit. You look at Batman Begins. He does not like to drink at all. He just pretends to because that's the facade. Look at the Dark Knight. He literally just walks in and goes, "I own the place. I do this. I do that," because that's what people expect of him. He's basically acting the way Tony Stark feels. That's the biggest difference between these guys right now.
Now, do you include Batman and Robin's Batman in that, where he has a Bat credit card and chicks did the car and makes a party?
That one, look, if you want to include that one in, that one's just so fucking
But that's
wild.
what I'm saying. That's why this argument is just so like, because we're like.
But there's more times where Batman doesn't do that than the one time he does.
Yeah, it's just but like, what do you think about this, Ganja?
Honestly, I think every character has a different variation that anyone's going to be drawn to, but it's always down to personal taste. It's never really one correct over the other.
Well, no, I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I'm also saying like just like some similarities. Why do you find Batman and Iron Man similar at all? Like,
oh no, I was going to get to that. Like with the different area variations, they all kind of got the same kind of baseline with their characteristics, and I've always been more partial to Iron Man when it comes to that.
Yeah, but like but overall, because like I mean, there was a few because we were doing this in chapters, but then you were gone. But like, like I'll start off like.
Oh yeah, my asshole was completely arguing with me for like 15 minutes, so I'm glad I came back without losing an arm or something.
Yeah, but like the first thing we talked about, the first chapter of it all is like, origin wise, do you feel like there's any similarities with them as far as origin?
I mean, yeah. I mean, all heroes are gonna have a similar version of origin, unless you go straight to like, oh, they're aliens or gods or deities or like demons or some shit like that. They all kind of have the same like, oh, something bad happened to me. It was a traumatizing event. I learned a lesson because at some point I used to be a negative person, or I used to have this kind of negative trait that I learned to overcome, and now I use my superhero powers to overcome that part.
Yeah, because that's where I'm at too. I mean, I feel like most people have similarities, but I even try to get right. Like, okay, like let some of the I want to beat crime thing. Like, I'll let that dissipate and not use that for this argument. But then I'm like, well, the parents dying, the taking all of their money, the all that stuff. I was like, I don't know. I feel like there's something there. But then second thing I want to get your opinion on is the suits. Do you feel like the suits have any similarities at all?
Early variations of Batman, not really. It was always supposed to be more like Kevlar and like kind of like basic armor type. But as Batman and different variations have gone on, he really has adopted the fucking Iron Man suit just with a bat logo on it.
Especially when there's so much money put into it. And then literally the electrics, which we disagreed on what the electrics mean or whatever, but it's like when it literally has like a bzzz, like not even Iron Man has that. So it was like, that was kind of odd.
My favorite is when he has different equipment for his eyes and shit.
Yeah.
Or he has a sonar in his ears. Like it eventually just leads itself to the same kind of repeat of, oh, I have this not magical, but a super tech type of armor or weaponry to keep me going. And Batman has his utility belt, which has become a very like satire joke at this point within the comic book realm.
They haven't used it that much in the live action movies. Like, I can't think of like, except for maybe in Tim Burns. It's been a long time since I've watched that. But like most of the time, the utility belt is just there because it's iconic. And even then, they really downplayed it in a lot of the movies. Like he spends most of it in the Dark Knight just taking it the fuck off. But like even with like little bits of, even with like little bits here and there, it's like the very newest one. One of my biggest problems is like it's armor. It's like actual like armor at this fucking point. We don't know what exactly. Yeah, and that's really kind of annoying because much like the Bat Tank, what the fuck are you on? Like that's not really again a Batman aesthetic, but like
Or
even
like the
with that, it's like
Batmobile that turns into a bat plane, that turns into a bat everything.
oh yeah, the Bat Plane. I mean, the Bat Plane is a stealth. Anyway, again, as they started like they started off with like, hey, let's give him the car for some fucking reason. No, let's just keep giving him Bat Tech left and fucking right because they're both incredibly intelligent. They both built their own ship for the most part. It's just like how
And
much
isn't
is
his
it?
thing called Wayne Tech and Tony's is Stark Industries? It's
Yeah,
almost
they
the same
both build a
name.
lot of stuff, but it's not in that sense where it's like a lot of times. Well, actually, Wayne doesn't, except for his own personal arsenal. Wayne Tech doesn't actually build weapons. They build a lot of humanitarian stuff, a lot of robots for the for what was it? Not the military. He specifically does not want military stuff to be used to to help get on the moon, to help agriculture. Most of Wayne Tech's money is from just worldwide beneficial stuff. He even there's an episode of a fucking animated series where they're like, "Oh, this would be a great weapon." He goes, "Fuck you, you're fired." Type shit. Like, no, Wayne Tech will never make weapons. Whereas Tony Stark made billions with just fucking selling his weapons to my people.
And then stopped. And
He stopped.
First thing
He did stop.
selling.
Yeah, he stopped afterwards. But then what did he do? He made the greatest weapon of all time. He gave it to the military. Like Batman doesn't fucking do that.
Well, yeah,
He doesn't
but,
give his
but eventually
shit to
they
anyone.
find themselves like how everything else, like origin-wise and everything else, I've been saying that they start the same. In that particular topic, they end the same. But at some point, same. Like they meet. So what? Like that's the whole thing. I'm like, I mean, there has to be some kind of similarity that we can agree on, where it's like they literally both are anti-violence at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, again, not really. Like they're just. I'll give you as far as their out of suit personalities at a party, sure, because that's where a situation where it's like, hey, Tony Stark is actually doing that, but it's like when people just sit there and it's like they just get the surface level, but okay, that's it. We just distilled it down to that. It's like no, there's a lot of nuance to these characters. It's like saying every slasher film. It's like, oh, what's the difference between Mike Myers and what's it called, Jason? Well, they both slice each other on a specific day of the year. It's like no, there's massive differences between the two,
no,
even though
not
they
no, it's
both
not
kill
a
each
lot.
other.
But they and no, I can tell you as a horror fan, they literally did an interview for Eli Roth's History of Horror as well as Camp Crystal Lake Memories and things like that. They literally admitted to stealing the concept of Michael Myers.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. And I fucking even without watching that, I yelled. I go, "This is the exact same fucking thing." But I'm not trying to say it's as different as Batman and an Iron Man. I'm trying to say it's like if you just sit there and take it surface level and don't ever bother looking anymore, it's like, oh yeah, identical. You look a little bit in, it's like, okay, there's differences here and there. Jason, they canonically give him a reason to come back. Michael Myers, they just kind of make it up as they go along, except for that one fucking the sixth one where he's like suddenly a fucking cult master, whatever the fuck his thing was.
Yeah,
It's like
Mike in
the-
chat really quick. I was gonna say this before he leaves,
Yeah.
whatever. But no, yeah, I do know that Tony Khan was going to announce that. Did he announce it tonight though, dude? Because that's a pretty big deal. That's actually one of the biggest chances they're gonna have to even combat WWE. Like this is literally a wrestling war that we're about to fucking embark on. That's actually very, very massive. If that did happen, I'm gonna do a show tomorrow, literally just about that, because that's fucking massive. But thank you for the bits, really appreciate that. He also said death battle between Popeye the Tailor Man and Sayatama the One Punch Man. That's one of those dumb things too that I get irritated by. Is like
if
One
One Punch Man loses that fight, fuck that.
That doesn't make no sense. Yeah, it's like it's literally it's in his fucking name, One Punch Man. That would be so fucking dumb. I don't even want to watch that because it's a waste of fucking time. Like,
I mean, there are some good ones. I'll be real. There are some fucking good ones. Wolverine versus Raiden was amazing. Not Raiden, sorry, not Raiden.
Yeah, but no, but
From
like, well, I like
Metal
Death Battle. I'm just saying, like with anime characters, it's like I like, and granted, Jet was really pushing me. There's two people that I took the advice from to watch that show. It was Jet and Bill Burr. Two people.
Bill Burr told you to watch One Punch Man?
He didn't tell me, but he said it on YouTube. He was like, "You guys need to watch this fucking show because." Yeah, because oh shit, it did have tonight. Well, thank you, Mike, for letting me know, dude. I'm gonna watch that like right after this. But
Yeah.
no, dude. But like Jet was like, just watch it, blah blah blah. It's good, and I'm just like, no, fuck that. He's a dumbass character. You get all this build up, these amazing characters, amazing designs, and then one punch, and it's over. I'm like, that's the most dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. But I didn't think about like, well, it's not gonna have to be about One Punch Man the whole time. It'll be other characters and other heroes, and it does get really good. But I've only seen 2 episodes of it being good. I never even finished the first season, so I will have to watch that eventually. But even Bill Burr had the same thing of like, I wanted to watch this shit because I was just bored, and One Punch Man, I was like, well, let's see what dumb shit this is, and then they surprise you with some good stories. So, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I can ever sit through One Punch Man just because I think the concept is so like it literally One Punch Man, one note. It's like I don't see how you could tell like that many stories of the character that's essentially immortal and invincible. It's like I watch it. I
Luckily,
watch,
though,
like,
they stop. Like, luckily,
yeah, but then
it's
it,
other
it just becomes my hero.
True. Yeah. Like but like, not to sound like an asshole, but there's a lot of animes that are just like, how many fucking high school movies shows? Can
Oh,
you do?
all of them. 95% of anime is in high
Yeah.
school, and it's kind of annoying. That's why I love Dragon Ball Z so much. It's like the
Mhm.
only one with adults.
Well, me and Jed just watched what you call Odd Taxi, and we watched another thing too. What the fuck was it called?
Video game or
2 Year Eternity. Yeah, 2 Year Eternity. Fucking amazing, and they're not about high school, and it's like, and it's like when we watch like new shit that's like popular or whatever, just because we want to know what the fucking whatever. It'll be high school stuff, but Jed has a catalog of shit that doesn't happen in high school. That's just amazing. So I'm just glad that Jed, welcomed those things into my brain. You might say One Punch Man is good, but Scissors 7, that is my jam. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a show or a character, but you let me know when you give a chance. But moving on, we'll continue with Batman really quick. The last thing I'm going to ask Gandra about, the Bruce Wayne comparison with Tony Stark. Do you find them similar at all, Mr. Gandra Guru?
He did.
Probably some more poo-poo or something.
probably.
I thought I hit the mic. My bad. I wish I had more poo-poo. The show would actually feel good. But no, when it comes to Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne, they sometimes are very similar characters, but at the end of the day, Tony is way more of an asshole and way more of like this kind of like egotistical, really want to be upfront and like have all the best wit and really be the one solving it. Where Batman he does want to do that, but it's more from a subtle, like, I'd rather just get it done and then like brag about it later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, but I do find him like. I mean, I guess I disagree with you there, and you agree more so with Alan, which is cool. But like, yeah, like, I really. Oh, thank you for letting me know there, Mike. But yeah, dude. For me, yeah, I think that they're very similar, but I do think there is some unsimilarities that they have that makes one character more of an asshole, like you said. Definitely, Tony Stark is a worse person than Bruce Wayne for sure. But I just feel like sometimes they have their moments, like, like fucking just like them, but the way they are with girls, the way they dress, the way. Like one thing I really don't like about these, I really liked about Spider-Man when I first started like watching the Sam Raimi ones, was if there was a Batman movie, even like Michael Keaton and Val Kilmer, is always like, oh, like they have like a news reporter thing, and it's like, hey, Bruce Wayne's in the house, give it up for fucking Captain Moneybucks, and he's just walking around like, I'm trying not to be that guy, I'm just a sweet man, I'm gonna drink really quick, I'm gonna walk around, and I was like, okay, like I'm here to watch Batman, and I know they gotta build up the story. But every fucking movie has to let you see, whatever. And I know there's reasons why, so I'm not even arguing about that. But it's just something I see a lot. Like, god damn, I've seen this a lot. And then with Tony Stark, one of the things that I was almost ready to hate 2008 Iron Man, because I wasn't watching comic book movies by then. All I saw was Dark Knight. So when I saw Iron Man, I was like, man, I liked that Dark Knight was so serious. Now we're going to start off with Iron Man. He's like, hey, I'm Captain Fuck Shit. Like, girls love me and I'm money bags. And then it got fucking for real, like after they were in Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever, and those, that fight happens. And that's where I ended up liking it. But I instantly got mad 'cause I'm like, this is Bruce Wayne shit. Like, really? Do we have to go there? He's fucking great and amazing and rich. Like, fuck. I almost did not like that movie because of that. And luckily I stick with it. It was great. But like,
But I guess that's the biggest difference at the end. It is Iron Man actually, or Tony Stark actually is that. Like, he is all the shit. There's like not necessarily that much going on underneath the surface. Where saying that that's Bruce Wayne shit is actually more saying that that's Tony Stark shit, because Bruce Wayne it's all a show. It's all a show. Hell, even at the fucking end of Batman Begins, when he is just fucking going off and calling everyone fake or whatever, the thing is like, oh, drunk billionaire. Everyone just thought he was drunk, even though he's telling the truth, because they're like, oh, he's a fucking playboy loser. He has no thought process because he's rich and has daddy's money. He has nothing going on. But again, all that is a show, because once you start thinking, oh, hey, why is that really buff guy who's really like has his life together? I wonder what he does in his free time. No one's gonna like, oh, he might be Batman versus what's that drunk loser doing now? Like, no one's gonna think twice about him. He basically is invisible in plain sight by doing the same shit Tony does. But Tony actually means it, versus Bruce is just doing it on purpose.
But that's where I find a similarity, because like, you're right, it ends off not being similar because it's not the same movie, it's a little bit different. But then like your sentence says it all right there, of just like, he does the same thing that Tony does. Like, that's the point I've made, or I've been trying to make. It's like, yeah, like at a certain point either it starts different or ends different, but it's like same shit that Tony does. Like, brr. But obviously, we weren't gonna find a way to like see who won. Like, there's no really argument to win here. It's just now you guys know where Alan's coming from. Now you know where I'm coming from. I honestly, what I was trying to do somewhat was like not just win, but essentially like I wanted to see if I can win you over, like see if I can convert you to think more so like maybe Nick has a point. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, you know, because you fought to the death with it, so like I'm imagining that you want me to think your way. Neither of those things happened, but but it's here though. Now you guys see like how we differ as far as what we think with similar, with these characters. Now, as far as one that I like better, at this point, I have a feeling that with the Batman tomorrow, I'm not going to consider Tony Stark better. I have a really good feeling about tomorrow, watching this new movie, so we'll see what fucking happens, man. But like, I'm hearing a lot of good stuff. I'm hearing a couple bad things too, but like, those bad things sound very like, yeah, that's a problem with all comic book movies. So like, as long as I go in there, not trying to judge ahead of time, I think tomorrow's gonna be a really, really fun day for the both of us, Alan.
I mean, I've been hearing good things as far as like, I think that for the most part, I'm either gonna really love this movie. Like, I honestly don't see myself not liking this movie because besides Batman Ninja, I don't really hate, and I guess Batman and Robin, because that fucking movie is fucking terrible. But like, those two are the only times I've ever been like groaning watching a Batman movie. Because Batman Ninja was bad.
That was really bad.
Because it starts off all right, I guess.
And it's a little race. I'm gonna be honest. Like that movie, I know it's Batman Ninja, anime, whatever, but like I feel like that movie was like white people like, oh, man, let's do some anime shit, and it just did anime shit.
You know what I thought? Do you know what I thought Batman Ninja was gonna be? Yeah. I thought it was gonna be like this. The year is 1410, and we're just telling Bruce Wayne's story, but he's a Japanese person. You know,
that would have been cool. Yeah, that would have been badass. Or or an ancestor or something.
Sure, maybe even something like that. But like just these situations, we told the same story. We'll call him Bruce, but he's Japan's like same exact thing. Kind of maybe his dad was like a feudal lord or something. And they just got killed on their way to like wherever the fuck they went, and then he becomes Japanese Batman. That's what I thought. I didn't expect time travel and
and big like Chinese like sculptures that are moving and they look like the Joker and they're modular and they're like, it's like, guys, like you guys are kind of making fun of like Chinese and Japanese culture here. Like
like 30 minutes in, he loses all of his bullshit. He goes,
yeah,
it's a dark fucking night.
Yeah, which I wasn't even upset about that. I'm just upset about like, when you do shit that you see in anime or whatever, like they don't even do that much Japanese things. You guys are just like kind of like culture vulturing in animation. Like, that's just disrespectful. Like, it's fucking crazy. That's like if a white dude made a cartoon that had, like they did like a black cartoon or something, and it had like everything on hydraulics. It's like, for one, they didn't do that shit past the 90s.
That what Soul Plane was?
Yeah. Shit, Soul Plane's an anime.
I mean, shit, it's just cartoony as it. It might really as well be, bro.
No, that dog scene, it's an anime. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Nah, that's just the best anime of all time.
Oh, I actually didn't want to watch it because of that. Because like, all I knew about it beforehand is like, oh yeah, some dog gets killed. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this fucking comedy where a dog gets killed. Fuck that. And guys like, no, it's the shittiest thing you've ever seen. It's so fucking garbage. I'm like, oh, it's just a JPEG going into a game.
I will say though, I've wanted you to watch Candyman. You always say you don't want to watch it because of bees, which is only like 1 minute or whatever. But there is one scene that I don't think people have told you about, and I don't mind spoiling it. It's an old movie, fuck you guys. But the 1990s one has a dead dog scene that's so unbelievably fucked up. Like, literally, my heart hurts so fucking bad when I watch that scene, and the acting is so real. It dude, when I watch that movie, I like to skip that part because it's that
cool. You gave me another reason to never watch that fucking movie.
Well, maybe one day someone will tell you to watch it.
I'm good, bro.
It's a good movie. It's just that scene's fucked up. Like, I would literally, if you watch it together,
amazing.
If you watch it together, I would skip it.
Personally, I would love to own that prop.
You probably fucking
the dead dog.
The dead dog head. She wanted to own a fucking pig's head.
I just want. Can we remake Godfather with Jet and have her wake up going, oh boy.
Yo, no shit, right? She just wakes up like in her bed and just looks down like, oh,
It's
maybe
Christmas, and the monsters are like going, what the fuck?
You know what's funny is like why I just like, oh, it's like when I do it.
Well, I mean, if there's still blood on, I can use the blood too. So that actually is a win-win for me.
Yeah, like I said, the monsters are like, what the fuck did we do? Should we call them? It's like, no, just say it worked.
But anyways, tell people about your Twitch, man. We're gonna get out of here.
All right, then. Between some other stuff that's being planned, as well as watching the fucking Batman twice tomorrow. I mean, depends on how much. If I fucking hated the 7 p.m. showing, I'm not. Well, okay. So, quick thing. Originally, when we bought the tickets, we got the 10:30 showing just because of how our schedules.
My hands,
But then my friend was like, "Oh, we'll get a comic if we go to the specific location." I'm like, "Do you want to do that?" He goes, "I already got the tickets." I'm like, "We're watching it twice." I'm like, "Okay, I guess we're fucking watching it twice." It's literally not my idea, but again, just like dude, if I enjoy it the first time, I'll enjoy it the second time. If
That's
I
how I
don't,
became an addict.
it's almost like I like Batman.
Yeah,
The movie hasn't come out yet, dog.
I mean, I don't know. Hey, look at this. Like I said, what was it? That's 3 right now. So there's Batman and Robin, there's Killing Joke, and there's Batman Ninja. Out of like the 70 Batman movies, there's 3. Chances are, like the only thing. Okay, real quick, my predictions for this movie is the only things that I won't like is I don't know how to describe this right now. It's like,
well, yeah, because you haven't seen.
No. I'm trying to describe what I wouldn't like about it is if they don't make the interpretation done well, if that makes any sense. Like, for instance, Batman Superman. I like aspects of the Batman, but there's other aspects I fucking hate. It's just like it's Matt Reeves. He's doing his own interpretation. He's taking bits and pieces from every year 1, year 2 comic. I have issues with the fucking metal suit, so I'm already there. So I'm like, it depends on how they change up the, how they're gonna change up the origin, how they're gonna change up how he gets his stuff. Like, I might have fundamental disagreements with it, and I fucking hate the Riddler. So it's like there's a lot of this movie almost riding against it. So I don't exactly know what did I just recede? Oh, okay, no, what the fuck? Why'd you just send me a random game right now, Ganja?
You know what?
Do I?
You'll learn.
I've literally never heard of this game in my life.
I'll teach you.
Okay. But well, anyways, we gotta go. I'm fucking tired.
Yes, we gotta go. Yeah, check out my Twitch channel. I might not be twitching. Might not be streaming this much this week, but drop a follow on there, and I'll get back to normal next week.
All right, people. With that said, we're getting out of here.
And my Twitter, Red Ganja Guru.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot. We haven't been doing that lately. But yeah, Twitter on his Ganja Guru on his Twitter. Anyways,
after that, check out the Naughty Podcast, and that's it.
Yes.
Whip it out for Jesus.
No.
Goodbye, everybody. Stay toasty. We're gonna raid somebody. We're gonna raid Mr. Evans 7. Let's see. Mr. Evans 7. All right, guys, we're out of here. Goodbye. Stay toasty. We love you, but we kind of hate you. But it's all good. Bye. Get out of here. Fuck you.